I have a new best friend, and its name is chicken manure, and I will show you why. So the tomato plants that last week just had like 2 little leaves, amazing. So I bought a bag of surprisingly cheap chicken manure and have just been putting it like on pretty much everything that I can possibly think of in the garden and around the garden, and it has definitely made a huge difference. So I won't give you like the full tour, but like even the eggplant. So again, like last week, this just had, I think, 2 leaves, and now it's got 4, and it had 2 leaves for ages and ages and ages and ages. To show you some other examples. So last week I showed you the cucumber, and I was like, oh, this is the big cucumber, and it had, I don't know, a few leaves on it, but now it is ginormous. And then, yeah, pretty much like all of them are just growing like mad. And then the watermelon that I was like, this is the best watermelon plant in the whole garden, has also, it probably doesn't come up too well, but it is just growing like crazy. I mean, as I was hoping that it would. And so apparently it likes chicken manure as much as I do. Even the shallots really like it. So yeah, I've just like dumped it even into the like nursery number 1. These are the cucamelons here, and yeah, they've been popping out leaves all over the place. The papaya, yeah, they're now up to like their 4th, 5th, 6th leaves, and this wasn't here last week. It's not like these shot up all of a sudden in a week, but this is just basil, and it was given to me by like 2 doors down, the neighbors over there. Something else new this week is I put mulch all along the outside, and this plant here was doing so well, I could have probably broken it up into a few more, but because it's making leaves everywhere, and so I just kind of like took a few and their roots and then put them on the outside, so hopefully they grow up to be big like this one. And then I'll put maybe one more in here. But the aloe vera is coming along really well. Might be another tough one to see, but I mean, this stuff all used to be like super brown before, and yeah, surprisingly it's all coming back. The bananas haven't really grown much, but I think they're still like getting their root system set up. And the chili tree, oh, so maybe I'll show you the chili tree. So I chopped it way back this week, and we'll see if it actually starts growing. If it hasn't grown anything in the next probably 2 to 3 weeks, I will assume that it has died and remove it. The other big thing was that I feel incredibly lucky because people just give me so much stuff. Yeah, it's pretty rare that I've had to actually pay for anything aside from seeds. But all of these are called elephant ears, and the hose is kind of in the way there. But yeah, elephant ears here, and so I put them. They're still quite droopy because I only put them in 1 or 2 days ago, anyway. But I hope that elephant ears can grow really tall. At the place that I'm currently living in, they're like easily 2 meters tall. So I thought they might be kind of nice in behind the garden area instead of putting in great big banana plants. And the other new stuff this week is, oh, that's right. So I put mulch all down this side as well. So now it's a little bit easier to see how fast these went like up along the fence here. These are all sunflowers that I planted, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And then there's one in each little section here with the watermelon on the outside, just because I had watermelon and I didn't know what to do with it. So I just planted along the outside. But yeah, so that's looking a little bit better with all the mulch. And the sunflowers are growing really quickly as well. So I imagine maybe in another few weeks they might be possibly as tall as the fence posts up here. And as always, an update on the papaya forest. This is like, it is amazing me. And also I put chicken manure in all of, like, I pulled back the mulchy bits and dumped a whole bunch of chicken manure, and it is just, they probably are growing at least 1 or 2 new leaves now every week, but some of them are growing way more leaves than that. And the one that I was a little bit iffy on, the one that I had put in the original pawpaw, it didn't lose any leaves, and it is growing perfectly well again. And I still don't know how or why, or I just don't know how it all happened, but it seemed that the transplant was an absolute success. It's very happy. And this bit over here, so I have created nursery number 2, or like the intermediate nursery, and this is for things that obviously that's the mango tree from before, but I was given this one, and these ones are actually little baby elephant ears. And yeah, so I just was like, I don't really know exactly what to do with them right now, but I don't want to just leave them to die. And so anything that I think, might be a good idea to wait until the house is actually built, then I've kind of put in here for the time being. And then once I'm ready, once the house is all done and there's no big trucks moving in and out of the land, then I'll think a little bit more about where these ones can go. But for now, they are happily getting settled in a whole bunch more chicken manure. Surprise, surprise. Maybe one of the last things here for this week is, it's probably not even going to be noticeable. You can barely see it. That bit right there, that little green bit, this is the jackfruit tree. This green bit is a new shoot, and it's actually got another one right down here. So the jackfruit tree is not dead, and I just need to be a little bit more patient because it is growing things. So yeah, not a loss. And yeah, things are coming together in terms of what I would kind of like to do over the next little while. I'm kind of undecided if it's going to be in the next week or if I wait a little bit longer, but with all of the mulching over here, I just know that putting down a whole lot of mulch, especially when we've been having rains at night, and the soil underneath, once the mulch has been, even in the garden area, now that it's been sort of a month or whatever, the soil is just a whole lot better with that mulch breaking down. And I really just want to put mulch all through the papaya forest, like every little bit of the papaya forest, all mulch. And I'll probably put down some cardboard boxes and stuff first to wipe out all the grass as the mulch takes hold. And it'll also kind of make it a little bit easier. I mean, it's not even showing up on the camera here, but with all the little papaya trees, I mean, they're marked by buckets and stuff right now. But if the whole thing was mulch, it would be much easier to see them, and so that it's, yeah, less likely that I would accidentally whip or snipper them or step on them or anything else. And I just think that, yeah, they'd probably benefit long term from having some mulch on top that is getting into the soil and making it a whole lot better. That's the only thing really that I'm thinking about, yeah, potentially over the next week, but who knows what else will happen. We have, yeah, a fair bit of overnight rain in the forecast, like for the next 10 days. So it means that over the past few days, I haven't really been doing any watering, and I imagine over the next week, I probably won't need to do any watering either. and the plants seem quite happy about that, because I think perhaps maybe I was overwatering them now that they're getting a bit older, and they could probably use a little bit less water, I think. All right, I think that's it for this week.